Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to... A clean camera. Let's go.
Hey, I'm a little late, one might say. I was struggling to... funnily enough, I would have been here 5 minutes earlier if I could figure out what to title the stream. But I couldn't figure out a title for the stream, so I just said eating everything, because... I'm eating. Everything. So, we are going to... I don't have very much food left, but... We are going to finish up with something here, I'm sure. Are we going to start something? Are we going to finish something? We're going to finish the food that I've got in front of me. We're going to turn the volume down, because, goddamn, we are going to... oh. We're going to load this up. And then... what was I doing? So Palmon was in the party. Yes, we had just been doing some shenanigans with them. Right, I think that we were... yes, we were in the middle of a training cycle with them. We have 20 meat. Let's use that. On who? We need somebody... oops. Who needs a lot of cam for whatever it is that they're doing. I don't actually know who needs it. Nailed it. Game's not up. Good point. Good point. Good call. Just chucking food at random folks. We have about 16 minutes left on our timer. And now we can do what? Check this, actually. I haven't checked this in a little bit. So we have slightly increases blah 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 still. Nothing of particular relevance there. Are we ready to... I don't think I have anything that I would need to do right now, right? Wait, Shiitakemon can evolve now. I guess we'll do it. So Shiitakemon is going to pop up to this form, because we have so much ABI stockpiled that it just makes sense. So we're going to pop into this. We're probably going to go right back down, because I like... let's certainly... oh my god! It's a lot of int and speed. I guess it's mostly a lot of int, and the speed is coming from my gear and not being super slow, but... oh shit! Restores 6% of max HP every turn. Magic attack, light damage to all foes, tends to crit more often. No, I did not. Did the thing act like I had? Did Twitch give a phantom notification or something? Kirpimon good. Interesting. Seraph Angel Digimon with the appearance of a beast. Fanatically good. And this can lead them on the path of pure evil. I don't know that horseshoe theory isn't real. It wields an intense electric staff, and its blow is considered divine punishment, especially when it summon a giant storm cloud and unleashes lightning bolts. It's called Heaven's Judgment. I did, yes. I did go live after I normally end stream early in the week at some point. I just puttered around, not really progressing the plot, but doing a bunch of strategizing. That was the stream that I figured out that the support skills actually affect the entire party. I knew that some of them did, but that was when I realized that all of them seemed to. So we get X Aura. And Shining Laser 2 and 3. God damn, I hate to say it. But this is actually an intensely good. This is an intensely good skill set to learn. We might be keeping Shiitakemon in this form for now. Okay, so we have... How are you doing? Okay, who's the leader? Leader's Beta Caramon. Okay, Beta Caramon is a decent leader for this purpose. We will leave you here for right this moment. How are we doing? We have you three. That's fine. We don't need to worry about it. Those three are fine. Okay. So... Cherubimon. Let's see. Ooh, Plant Guard DX is not bad, actually. That's a pretty cool item. That's like 20 or 30% reduction from plant-based attacks. That's really solid for if I'm fighting a boss that has like exclusively those kinds of attacks. Now, what am I doing? Did I have a mission I was on? No. So we're gonna pop over here, use the PC. We have about 15 minutes to kill. We have one case added. Battle for Digimarket, given by Erica. Are we going to progress the plot without any of our main party? No, because we have Palmon and Doraemon and Megamon. We were fine. So we're not going to progress without our main party because we have a bunch of our main party in here. So, let's see here. But we are going to progress. Alright, so we get a memory up out of this. Cases from both... Okay. Well, clearly we need to destroy the Digimarket, right? Come to my room, I'll explain the details. Did they seriously censor Cherub? That's very funny. Is that a good argument? It's a terrible argument. This is an immoral, evil activity, and it has no place in our society. Okay, that's the one side. Okay, what's the other side? But don't we need it, though? For what? Who needs it? For what? To accomplish what objective? What is the good that is coming out of this market? What function do we require that entails this market? No answer? No argument? Oh, okay. So the argument is just, nuh-uh. Like, what the hell? It's not even an argument of like, oh, well, maybe slavery is not bad, actually. It's an argument of, yeah, slavery is bad, but also, like, don't we need the slavers to exist because... And then insert nothing. There's no like, reason given. It's very funny. Actually, you know what's really funny? This is very liberal coded. It's also very conservative coded, but it's coded as like the sort of like liberal center in politics of like one side will go,
I want to devour children.
and then the other side will go, we shouldn't let them do that. Also, they're trying to murder me personally. And the liberal and the will just go, oh, you both make such good points, though. You both make such good points. Oh, well, I guess, I can't like infringe upon that person's liberty to devour the flesh of the living. It's so fucking dumb. This is very funny. Oh man. So silly. It's also funny because there's been no point where anyone on the black market has actually been framed in a positive way. Even the narrative doesn't agree with this bullshit, like what's the word I'm thinking of? The words. Even the game itself, it doesn't accept this bullshit argument. Let's see. It's possible that it's not tied to English, but it's tied to some other language that the censors latched onto. That's the only thing that I would think of, is that like there was some weird angle, because it could also be from English in a way that I'm just not looking and seeing, but it's possible that there's another language where it just looks like really indecent. That's very common. Like if like it was Spanish or something like that, where it's just like, oh, this reads very wrong for some reason, right? I could see people just censoring it unilaterally outside of Japan, because outside of Japan, people do generally care more when you're just like... In Japan, they don't care that much about literally anything outside of Japan. Outside of Japan, there's a lot more... like the American market cares more about what like the Spanish interpretation of the thing would be, or the French or the German or the Swedish. Like they care more about that because there's a lot more people who are multilingual, and there's less of a explicit language hierarchy. It's more implicit. Like it's hard to describe, but like Japan is like really ethno-nationalist in a way that like is like core and built into their society in very meaningful ways. Give me a second. Like well beyond what it is in even places like the United States, right? So, let's talk to this person. One second. Keep them locked in tiny cages, don't give them enough food. When they run out of space, they dispose of them without a second thought. They're not just living things, they are people who talk. Is it really that complicated position? We're gonna hear from Sosuke Bosuke. So I'm gonna point out something that I find very suspicious about this, which is here's just the thing that's kind of interesting. The person who is against this market is right there in front of the market, so you can clearly see anything that the market is doing. The person who wants us to destroy the market wants us to see the market. They want to meet us at the market itself and say, see this thing right here? This is bad. The person who wants us to keep the market in existence is not just not in the hacker space. It's not just not next to the market. They're in the most legit section of the internet. They're in a perfectly pristine they're in a space where they're looking to maximize their own perceived legitimacy, if that makes any sense, right? They don't want to meet me with all the bad hacker people. They want to meet me in this, open, forum place, right? Which I just think is interesting and very, very suspicious, but also really very much the way things go. Where it's oh yeah, I want to, let's meet at the, somewhere other than where the thing that we're talking about, the free areas here, okay. Just an interesting note. Okay, never wanted to rock the boat. That's because the boat is a slave ship that is carrying slaves through your ports. What programs they sell them? So it's bad about the hackers trading hacking tools. Digimon are tools that are there to be used, and now we have a group of people making a fuss and saying crazy things like Digimons are actually alive. They couldn't be more wrong. But we're not asking you to destroy them. We're just asking you to help drive them away so that the market can keep doing what it does. They're planning to attack the Digimarket. Then we're out of time. Please give the Digimarket. I'm confident you'll decide to support us. So there's no argument there. There's literally no argument being brought by these people. It's very funny that they're acting like this is such a complicated, like, question. It's really just not. Like, this is a really easy thing to decide. Like, what does it say about the protagonist that he thinks this is complicated? Like, it's not like the kind of question that's complicated regardless of where you side on it. If you side on the side of like Digimon are just tools for me to use for my own purposes, that's not a complicated answer for you. That is a visceral gut reaction of I do not give a shit about Digimon. So why would I want this convenient tool removed from my arsenal? There's nothing complicated about that. But then if you think of them as being people, or think of them as being animals, or think of them as being anything that like you would normally expect certain like certain standards for how you treat them, it's equally uncomplicated. Like, it's a very uncomplicated thing to make this decision, and it, to a large degree, just comes down to whether or not you're a sociopath. Right? Like, other characters, to be clear, other characters don't necessarily need to be sociopaths to come down on the side of Digimon are not people. But the protagonist has too much experience with Digimon and has talked to too many of them to come down on to realistically come down on the side of they're not people, right? Like the protagonist knows that they're people, so there's no way to like. There's nothing complicated about this dynamic because they're literally talking to you and having conversations with you and having emotional breakdowns in front of you and doing all these things that are part of the plot. They're not part of like the side missions, right? So anyway. Everyone else has gone home. I wonder if part of it is just the censorship was not even censorship a lot of the time. It was literally poor translation that they're like, oh yeah, we censored that. Because they were just so bad at it. Yes, it's easy. Okay. Some humans are nice. Oh, the training command's done. Is Mirai a human? Mirai seems to exist exclusively in digital space. I think you might be confused. I think that Mirai is probably not a human. Okay, so Pendulum. Okay, so we have finished our training. Let's take a look at what's going on here. We got Shidakumon up to whatever they're doing. So Takumon is now up to 185 on 40. Let's take a look at the Digivolve stuff to see how close we are to our goals. So 150 defense, 150 speed. So we're currently at like 136 speed. So we need 14 more speed. And we need... No, we don't. Wait. I'm reading that wrong. We have 2 speed attached Bs. Those are worth 20 each, I think. So we have plus 12. So we're minus 48. So we're almost done with speed. Speed is almost done. Defense is kind of getting there. Do we leave you here for another set? I think we might. I think we might just do another training set here and see if we make any progress. We may or may not. Attach D. I got 2 of those. How level are you? 48. Yeah, I think we're gonna just leave. Let's see. How's your ABI? Your ABI is pretty high. Do we think that we maxed out there? I feel like we might have. I'm gonna just try doing this one more time. It's only 30 more minutes, so let's do it. And we can save it up, and then we'll be able to fight with this, you know, secondary party and see how things go. Alright, so we're going to somewhere. Probably the hacker thing. Wait, I can't imagine that this is going to be... You're Sosuke Bosuke, huh? You've got some nerve. We're in a defense, not that we believe him. We're just here to destroy the... You're just here to destroy the Digimarket based on some crazy nonsense. You're so wrapped up in your own misguided sense of justice, you never stop to consider the people who use the Digimarket. What have you considered? Certainly not the feeling that the Digimon are hardly mistreated here every day. Digimon are just tools. Treating them like living things makes no sense. Looks like we'll never agree on this. So it appears that there's nothing else to say. Destroy the Digimarket, free all the Digimon from their cages! Stop them! Okay. I knew you'd make the right choice. What do we do now, Sosuke? It's too bad you didn't choose to help us, but that doesn't change anything. We have to stand our ground. We won't let you go away with this. Bring it on. There's no way we'll lose. Charge! I love how one of the options is just, like, do nothing. Oh, man. So fucking whip-coded. Knowing game developers, somehow that's, like, considered the more morally correct choice. It's like the, whatchamacallit? Like J.K. Rowling with the fucking house elves. Where it's just like, but have you considered that maybe the house elves want to be things? So we can't actually jump up there. We can only jump up one tier. It is fine. I'm wondering whether we even want to go after that thing in the middle. I guess we might as well. There's no reason not to go after it. I'll pop here, and then I can pop one up, which doesn't really help too much. Oh shit. Bundlebone! Why are you so susceptible to being murdered? Okay, so we have Atomic Blaster. I probably should have just done that to one of the ones that we're not sure. Let's fine. We can't actually get to there. So we're just gonna pop here. Oh right, yes. I forgot that this place existed. So you're gonna go attack me. Interesting choice. They're both data type. Okay. I'm gonna blow this one up. Okay, so do I want to attack you? I guess I probably do. I'll just go after this one. Alright, so... that did not do a lot of damage. That also did not do a lot of damage. You can attack again? You are! Ooh, that's concerning. Tough luck. Okay, so we should have lethal on the next attack with them. And do we have a turn limit? Weirdly, if I attack here, I run into Sincere, Thoughtful, Digimon Loving Hacker. That's very funny. I love how they're sincere. Life is good. That is actually something that could have killed me. So, by standing here instead of moving, we're basically ensuring that they get taken out on this turn anyway. But we aren't, we aren't moving into their tile, which would allow the, which would allow these to walk into that tile and take it. So this is gonna attack. Do basically nothing. Palmon is going to take out this one, hopefully. Not quite. Oh, we don't quite take down either of them. That's fine. Okay. So, with that being the case, we go here. Do I have a turn limit here? I think we have enough to get lethal here. So we're going to pop down here. The intention here is now to just block any sort of return trip. Right, we don't have a ton of damage on this one, unfortunately. We could do a Mock Rush. That is lethal, which is great. And now we can just make the attempt to burn through these. I forgot that one of these was... I should have done the magic attack. What am I thinking? It probably still wouldn't have been lethal, but unfortunately that does mean that they're going to get a turn, which means that they have the ability to just go straight in there. Which is bad for me. That's fine, though. I'm going to walk here. We will... take... I'm going to take this back. And once we've taken this back, we just need to get one of these. So on the next turn with the right side, we should be golden. But it is very funny, the kind of, like, things that, you know, they'll just try to make moral ambiguity out of. I don't know why. Like, I think that it's a little weird to, like, in a game that's as, like, linear as this one, where they make so many choices for you, for the protagonist, it's very weird to randomly decide that you need to have the choice to just be, like, obviously extremely evil, right? Like, thanks so much. Their group was strong. If we didn't have you, it would be much tougher fight. Most of the dealers seem to have gone. Let them go. Mark's no more. Digimon no longer have to live in fear that they'll one day be caged. Just talking to our gratitude, the payment, just in case it wasn't enough. Master Guard? I wonder what that does. Is that, like, guard against all types? I don't think there was a right choice. How was there not a right choice? How were both opinions equally valid? I would like to re-clarify. This is a group of slavers versus a group of people who are trying to abolish slavery. Digimon are explicitly people. Some of her best friends are Digimon. What the hell is this framing? And they... Who knows how the Digimon feel? The Digimon who keep trying to escape and flee, and who keep... We've had multiple missions that are explicitly tied to how bad this organization is, and how all of the Digimon are being mistreated. From the very first interaction that we had with Digimon was Digimon desperate to escape from the black market that was going to murder them. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? It's wild. It's so mind-boggling to me. I do not understand the mind that can write this scenario. Like, legitimately. Like, how rotted does your brain have to be from the inside? I am actually shit-talking the writers now. How rotted does your brain have to be to think that this is a complex moral dilemma with two equally correct sides? Because it certainly isn't presented that way by the narrative. The narrative doesn't present it that way. The narrative doesn't agree with that. The whole point of the protagonist is that they're supposed to be good to Digimon. That's like kind of the whole deal with them and Mireille, or Mireille? Mireille? I don't remember what her name is. But I don't have to know what her name is because she's a person who's not a Digimon. I only need to be good to Digimon. I don't need to know who other people are. So, like, where does that come from? Where does the idea that you could set up such a one-sided, like, this is such a one-sided moral dilemma, where it's like, you know, on the one hand, this is obviously evil. On the other hand, these are both equally valid arguments. What's happening? Make an argument. Try to make some sort of claim, right? Like, there has to be something. Because it's, like, unbelievable for the characters to buy into, you know, like this is, like, fucking underpants gnomes levels of critical thinking, you know? On the one hand, extremely evil. On the other hand, equally good points on both sides. Like, it's literally the underpants gnomes of arguments. Of, like, on the one side you have, like, the actual, like, argument. On the other side there's nothing. And then they're just equally valid. It's fucking crazy. So, Master Guard, all attribute damage minus 10%. On the plus side, we successfully completed the mission. And we did obviously the correct thing, according to any coherent... Like, there's literally no reason to think that that's not the right choice. But then everybody in the narrative is acting like it's not obvious. Like, oh, well, this is so hard. It's like, no! Interesting. It's so funny to have, like, on the one... this is the last bit on this that I'll do. It's so funny, on the one hand, to have, like, literal slavers doing slaver things. And that's treated as morally ambiguous. But then on the other side, you have someone who is cheating at a casino. And that's not treated as morally ambiguous. It's not morally ambiguous to cheat a cheater. Right, like, because casinos are specifically there to exploit people. They're there to hurt people. That's what a casino does. They hurt people for a living. Cheating a casino is morally neutral, in my opinion. It's illegal. You shouldn't do it because you'll get arrested. But, like, it's morally ambiguous at the very least. I would consider it morally neutral to cheat a casino out of money. Because what are they going to do? Cheat other people even more out of money to make up for it? That's not how casinos work. Casinos are maximally exploitative already. So you have things that are legitimately morally ambiguous, and then you have things where it's like, oh yeah, well, you know, let's just, like, throw people in cages as they cry for help. in a language that the slavers can understand. Madness. Madness. But God forbid you cheat at blackjack. Not even blackjack, cheat at fucking slot machines.
ということで弊社上白エンタープライズとナイルコープとの間に不正な企業売
Oh
買
no.
が分かっちゃったんで上の許可を得ずに下の悪い子ちゃんたちが勝手にやった甚だ遺憾なことでありだから部長に課長に平社員出入りのお弁当屋さんに至るまで各自にほんの少しでも関係していた人たちはそしてこれからは私が CEO として直接会社を運営していくことにしたんです。
Wait, I thought she worked. I thought she was like a corporate ghoul. I didn't realize that she was like a top tier executive. Like, I figured she was like a communications director or securities director or something like that. Someone who's like. Where external engagement is kind of their whole deal.
今までの組織を丸々ちゃって私がダイレクトに会社を指揮する仕組みにしちゃいます。スピーディーな意思決定でお客様が求める新しいサービスをどんどん生み出していけるようにしていきます。実は今日早速その第一弾として
Is happening.
見ていてくれたミュージキュン私のはねる全部あなたのおかげよ。あなたがザクソンの動きを教えてくれたおかげでこうして上白が警察上層部と結託していた証拠そんなものを公表されたらさすがの私ほんと間一髪みんなリュウジキュンのお手がこの間やってもらった亡き上白前社長派閥の重役その証拠の捏造工作も功を奏して邪魔者はきれいさっぱデータ改ざんの痕跡をあんなに巧みに消しちゃえるなんて
ザクソンから離反したハッカーに資金援助していたのもあんた。デモンズがあれだけ急激に力をつけたのは内部分裂でユーゴの意識は一瞬だけでもあんたから離れ隙ができた。あんたは何人のハッカーを抱き込んでる
リュウジキュンって本当に賢いのね。でも抱き込むなんて直接的なことはしてないわよ。もっと間接的に人をそうだわ。そんな優秀なリュウジキュンに近々ザクソンがあなた
何の意味が。
こちらにとってまずい展開になったら止めてきてほしいのよね。わかるでしょ。アンダーゼロはエデン有志以来のデータログが集積された場所。余計なものを見られるとまずいことになるんじゃない。お願いね。心配しないで。この仕事が察しが良くて義理に熱くて頭も回る。でも不器用よね。それも
I mean,
危険なほど。
he doesn't seem terribly smart. I'm not gonna lie. Just steal some money, Ryuji. Like, what are you doing? Like, do you need to, like, get involved with, like, the, like, skeeziest of people for money when you're one of the best hackers in the world? Just, like, what are you doing?
いってらっしゃいリュウジキュン。もうすぐ何の心配もなくなる。
Like, what are you doing, my guy?
らしくないぜユジ。ほんとらしくね。ちとぜやるじゃないか。俺にマルウェアを仕掛けたのか。俺
俺は何も変わってない。変わったのはお前だ。少し前のお前ならすぐにでも気づいたはずだ。
いつからだ？
前からうすうすおかしいとは思ってた。お嬢の膨大な治療費がどこから出ているのか。でも決め手になったのはこの間のハッキングだ。あいつがお前の様子がおかしいって
見ていたのか？
ああ、さっきの話も全部聞いてた。悪い、俺お前の苦労に気づけなかった。お前ら兄弟の一番近くにいたのは俺なのに。ほんと情けないが、リュウジ、これからは俺も力を貸せ。だからこれ以上あいつらに関わるのはよせ。奴らはハッカーを使い捨ての駒にしか考えていない。お前
ダメだ。
リュウジ、
恨み事なら好きに言え。俺は
んなことどうでもいいんだって。
何を言われようと神城と手を切るつもりはない。エリカの治療に
絶対ってなんだよ。他にも手はあるだろ。他の病院を探すとか。
エリカは長くない。神城の治療が命綱だ。たとえどれだけ汚いものであっても。
Because, like, there's clearly other factions at Kamishiro that you could have sided with, right? Like, you gave the person who's blackmailing you all this power, when, again, you're like a super hacker. They're just very bad at the kinds of things that you would expect hackers to, hackers who are not just sitting in a jail cell to be good at, because, like, they kind of need to be. But I guess it's because of the police corruption, right? Like, the cops are corrupt, so the cops just look the other way when they do crimes. So I guess that is the reason, is that, like, there's corruption on so many levels that they're allowed to get away with being bad at the things that hackers need to be good at, because the cops like them and won't arrest them. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's rough. Oh, they're so bad. Access volume's on the rise. Oh, no. Alright, let's pop in here. See how this goes. Pandamon's lost item, territory capture, master mage, trace security. Where the bees are headed. Let's do Pandamon's item, Kowloon 4. We can also check the other Kowloon place. We can check under Kowloon to see if we can go into the next area of it now. Because that was unannounced the last time. Let's see. Hold on. Alright. Cool beans. Let's do an acceleration. No, not this way. I mean, I guess it makes sense that someone. I guess it makes sense. So, like, if you think about it, the group as a whole is, like, on a fundamental level, morally compromised by Ryuji, who's clearly not very smart, and, like, feels the need to justify doing bad things, but isn't good at making those justifications, right? Like, he's not good at justifying it. And that results in everybody around him, like, feeling the need to justify other bad behavior as a result of that. That's like this is the dynamic as far as I can tell. So like, so what I could see an argument, and if this is the angle that they go with, if the angle that they're going with is that the kind of moral that being morally compromised also tends to compromise the morals of everyone around you who cares about you, because they then have to start justifying your behavior, which lends to them justifying the behaviors of others. If that's the kind of angle that they're going with the whole, like, you know, oh, it's so complicated, I just don't understand, because, like, this guy said that morals are stupid, actually, and I shouldn't worry about them. Where the hell was I going with you? I have no idea where Bootlemon was going. I have a bird. I don't have a lot of data types, right? I don't have any data types. Alright, let's go with Cubimon. Get that Fox Spirit going. And then, yeah, we have multiple things that we can transition to from here. So that makes sense. Let's see, next on our agenda is there. So yeah, if that's the case, if that's like the angle, then that's good. The nuns are in the lab because we helped them with their training thing, and then it got like blown up or something. Like their gym got blown up, so now they're here hanging out for a while or something. I don't remember the details. The reason they're here is off screen. Like, it happened off screen. They explained it. I think they said something about their place getting blown up after we had helped them out. But they're basically just there to, like, do tutorial services. That's why they're there mechanically, is to give you, like, tutorials on, like, all of the, like, mechanics that you probably don't understand at this point, but which it would be useful for the developers for if you understood them, are, like, I think that's the basic gist there. So, Bootlemon, you need a lot of work before I can pull you out of the party. You need to stay in the party for a while. Takomon is at 188 speed now, 140 defense. So I think that is like the same, right? I think 136 was like basically identical. So I think that one training sequence did probably max us out with you. Beta Caramon, I think, has the same stats. So one heavy training is probably enough to max out any of my Digimon into whatever they need. So Pandomon is sensible to leave in the party because they need the ABI, you need the ABI. Doraemon needs the ABI to a degree. Palmon definitely needs it. Cinnamon definitely needs it, and Megamon definitely needs it. So Takomon is a ways away from what they need. And I think Shitakemon needs to be brought back into the party at some point. But 20 memory is a lot of memory. I don't really have anybody that I would want to replace. They only have 75 though. So maybe I should replace. There's really no one to replace, honestly. Everybody in the party needs to be there to keep pumping their ABI up. To get ourselves a more like equitable setup for our party. So I think I'm ready to leave the Dizzle up. Why am I so tired? Oh, I'm actually gonna check that that Discord link, I guess. Give me a second. Let's take a look. Let's leave Discord open. Well, that's normal, actually. That's a thing that is like a fairly normal component of a lot of media. Like, they censored the guns out of E.T. Like American censorship got real weird for a while there. Got really, really weird. They were making a lot of like really bizarre, like seemingly incoherent decisions regarding a lot of that stuff. And we didn't max out you yet. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird time. And like I think the idea, like they censored the guns out of ET. They've done a lot of weird stuff. Like even weird stuff. Like they changed it so that Han didn't shoot first, right? Trolled by a current slang for my title. Trolled. I don't know what that means. What current slang? I'm trying to. There's so many uses of the word eating. But I don't know of any new ones. That would necessarily apply in an interesting or unusual. Okay. You're firing. It depends on your definition of an artistic choice. It's an artistic choice to censor things. That's an artistic choice. Censorship is an artistic choice. Right? Like, that's what that is. So, softening a narrative, like choosing to specifically soften a character to make them less hard and less dangerous, pretty clearly censorship, right? Like, it is very, very clear, because that's like long after the fact. This is not like something that was done in a timely manner. I would be very hard pressed to suggest that. I would be very hard pressed to try to like back up a claim that an artist deliberately softening an existing piece of media because they've changed their minds on what that potentially means. Like that, I'd be very hard pressed to suggest that that's not censorship. That's like it clearly is. It's not corporate censorship necessarily, though it could even be that. It's hard to tell. You wouldn't be able to necessarily identify that on the fly, because without knowing what corporate is saying, you don't know what kind of pressures are involved. But right, but artists self-censor. Like, self-censoring is a thing, and it's a very common thing. It's the thing that you do when the power of the state is so strong that they don't need to enact the censorship on you anymore, because you know what the consequences will be. So self-censorship is a very strong form of censorship, right? Now, in this case, I don't think that it was due to like concern about threats or anything like that. What happened is that a person who went from being fairly fairly extreme in their politics to being really comfortable. And because they became really comfortable, seeing the extreme behaviors of their characters that were justified in their extremity no longer sits right. Because people doing things that are justifiably extreme hits different when you are the establishment. Right? Like, so the dynamic there is one where it's similar to, like, I would 100% consider it to be like a form of censorship. How much the Avalanche organization was neutered in Rebirth. They were taken from a very clearly, explicitly terrorist organization who kills people on purpose, innocent people on purpose. They try to minimize how many innocent people die, but they kill innocent people on purpose, to being an organization that has never killed a person, and it's only because of Shinra that anybody has actually died due to their actions. And changing that is censorship. Trying to rewrite the narrative of Final Fantasy VII to be less extreme, trying to rewrite the narrative of Star Wars to be less extreme, like that kind of thing, to try to soften a piece of media, to take a hard edge and just kind of sandpaper that edge down so that we don't have quite as hard an edge anymore, that's a form of censorship. Censorship isn't necessarily bad. If you have a piece of media that went real hard and you don't necessarily want to go so hard, you should probably pick a different piece of media to adapt, right? But not all censorship. But if, like, as an example, if you made a piece of media accidentally more extreme than you intended, like, I don't know, as an example, let's say you were making a children's game and you accidentally made a slavery is probably kind of okay narrative, maybe change that. You could censor that shit. You could maybe, like, tone down the pro-slavery angle on your children's game maybe a little bit, right? You could do that. That's probably a better thing to do. But, you don't have to. Change in media that's meant to take a thing, so changing a piece of media and making it less extreme, making it less provocative, and the only reason that you're doing it is to make it less provocative because you're afraid of the consequences of the provocation that you're going to do, is always censorship. Changing media to make it less provocative is censorship. 100% of the time. Whether you're doing it in the creation phase, where you're like, oh, I wanted to do this plot, but this plot line is probably not appropriate for the media the medium that I'm trying to make, right? So if I'm making a thing, and I have a really cool angle to make a particular like point, or to make a particular plot line happen, or to do a specific thing. And I go, that's probably not appropriate for this thing that I'm making. Because the thing that I'm making is too soft to handle something like that. I'm censoring myself. That's what I'm doing. Choosing, like, adjusting to the audience in a way that is restrictive to your creative output is censorship. And again, censorship isn't bad. Censorship is a neutral thing. There's nothing wrong with censorship. But most of the time when people see and care about censorship, they see and care about censorship because they've seen what could have been or would have been, and they're annoyed by it. Great example of censorship. I haven't looked at Lucas's statements on the reason for Han's change, but I don't really care what his public statements are, because the media already exists. The media already exists. And George Lucas has a history of softening shit post hoc. Like, Lucas also made the E.T. censorship. Right? Like, the E.T. thing was also George Lucas, right? E.T. was George Lucas? Or was E.T. someone else? Was that Spielberg? That's Spielberg. Spielberg, Lucas, they're basically the same person. They're basically the same person. Plant Guard DX. B Digimon? Territory capture. Let's do the territory capture quick, I guess. Let's do where these are headed. It's just I'm enjoying the conversation. I don't want to distract myself with narrative when I'm like enjoying the censorship conversation. Let's see. They all disappeared. Oh no! Okay, perfect. Easy. Yeah, E.T. was Spielberg. But yeah, all of the really like okay, this is indicating it's active. So I'm gonna Google this quick, and we're gonna see what the stated reason. I can just find a quote. I don't need to like actually listen to a whole interview. But that's the thing. You're not derailing. The derailing is the plot. The plot itself, I'm not that interested in. I'm much more interested in talking about the censorship thing. So let's see here. What am I doing? Lucas statements on Han shot first. So Lucas has just been lying about it. Let's see. Let's see. That's so funny. Let's see. So see, this is the thing. So I'm reading this, right? So the quote is, controversy over who shot first, Greedo or Han Solo. In episode 4, what I did was try to clean up the confusion. But obviously it upset people because they wanted Solo to be a cold-blooded killer, but he actually isn't. It had been done in all close-ups, and it was confusing about who did what to whom. I put a little wider shot in there that made it clear that Greedo is the one who shot first, but everyone wanted to think that Han shot first because they wanted to think that he actually just gunned him down. And so his line here, this framing, it upset people because they wanted Solo to be a cold-blooded killer, is extremely narrativized language. This was in a 2012 interview. This thing came out 30 years ago at this point. I actually think this is Cope, and I don't think that at the time he intended this at all. I don't. The idea that he just accidentally made a film where Han shot first and he actually originally intended it to be something else, I just don't buy it. I think that he just doesn't want to be edgy anymore. Like, Star Wars was kind of edgy. Star Wars was about imperialism, and the Empire was bad, and the Empire was explicitly America. And he said as much, right? Like, it was a pretty edgy film. And anyway, I think that, like, I think that it's weird that he wants to pretend that, like, he never made a film where Han shot first. I think that that's a weird thing to do. And, admittedly, he's, like, been trying to do it for many years, right? And it obviously doesn't work, and it's obviously garbage. Right, like, it doesn't work narratively, and it doesn't work, like, cinematically. Wait, oh right, there's a specific B. There's a B server. I'm not going here. But yeah, but that's the thing that's basically what I'm saying, right? Is like taking a narrative and just actively trying to make it not say what it obviously said. Like, the other thing to bear in mind is that when you make a piece of work, that work stands on its own. You don't get to say what happened. What happened is what's on screen. And what's on screen is Han shooting first. There's no confusion there, right? Nobody was under a misapprehension about how this worked. Everybody knows what happened. And whether or not he intended for it to be what's happening or not is irrelevant, right? He made what he made. He didn't make what he thinks he made if he thinks he made something else, right? Let's see. Okay, so they're in there fighting something. God, it's such a cop out. It's amazing to me just to think that someone who made a story where, like, how many people get murdered in cold blood in Star Wars by the heroes? Like, quite a few, I think. Like, it's quite common for people to get murdered in cold blood in Star Wars, I think. Yeah, Twitch was doing better about that for a while. I don't know what's up with that. Though I will say that the only person who has this problem is you. This is like straight out of like, I don't know, 2018 or whatever. The 2018 problems come back. This is what loyalty gets you.
さあ行こう
Pendulum is going to stay in. But yeah, we do need to change out this party. This is not a reasonable party to bring along. We have a party of 3 virus types. This is an unhinged way to handle my business. It would be really funny. What would be really funny is if it actually was a whatchamacallit, a Mandela effect thing.
みんなのおかげだよ
It would be real funny if it was a Mandela effect thing. And, you know, I watched like the original film, which is really hard to watch, it turns out. And let's see. And saw in the original film, it's like, oh no, that actually is fairly ambiguous. But I don't think it was ambiguous in the original film. But that's the thing. By making it impossible to see, there's like this weird Streisand effect to the whole thing, where it's like the really funny. I don't buy it because I feel like he would have made a comment about it sometime prior. He would have said something like that prior to like 2012, and unless the Wikipedia article doesn't have like the entire history of the chain of events of his statements on the topic, but which is possible. But I don't buy these shenanigans. One thing that I will say as a writer is that I don't really have a ton of respect for writers who don't put things in the work and then tell... Like, if you put something ambiguous into a work, your headcanon as the author is useful because it'll impact like future consequences, right? So like if you write more in the setting, then you can build off of that. You have this ambiguous thing that happened that you know in your head what happened. But if you never build on it, if you never go anywhere with it, that ambiguity belongs to the audience, right? Like the audience doesn't have to agree with you on what happened just because you made it. Especially because, as the author, you should know your shit. Like, you should know your shit. But you're gonna probably make mistakes, and when you make those mistakes, you're going to leave room for there to be a better explanation for what's on the page than the intended solution. It's kind of like if you make a puzzle and you intend for there to be one solution to the puzzle, but there turned out to be multiple solutions to the puzzle. It doesn't make the other solutions to the puzzle invalid just because you didn't intend for those to be the solution, right? Like, design your puzzle better. Right? Skill issue. I think I'm gonna bring Takomon. Do I want to bring Betty Caramon, actually? I think I'll bring Betty Caramon, actually. We'll bring Beta Caramon and bring... Increases damage from wind skills. I need Mangomon to evolve into something more useful. We need to get you to 50, it looks like. Unfortunately, we're not going to get a ton of EXP from any of the stuff that we're doing outside of meandering around that one place. Pandemon is going to drop out until they level. Let's bring in Cinnamon. I think bringing Cinnamon in makes sense. They can act as a neutral sweeper. I think their stats are actually pretty decent now, too, so... Right, we're in a actual mission right now. I think that... Let me go over here. So where are we now? Okay, this space is just unused, it looks like. Not this space. Let's see if this is used. I'm just gonna attack and see if we get the kill over it. We do. And for those who are curious about my stance of, like, the author should know what's happening, even if the audience doesn't, and how that interacts with my statement that the author does not own the interpretations of the work. The way that I would just describe that is basically the author is building a structure. They're building a thing. The piece of art that they're making is supposed to have walls, it's supposed to have a ceiling, it's supposed to have all these things, right? It's supposed to have a bunch of these components. And if the author is doing their job correctly, they know why everything that they're putting into the structure is going into the structure. So if they're doing a good job, they know in their head why this piece is being used here, right? Why is this character doing this specific thing? This specific turn of phrase that they use... Oops. I just was auto-clicking for it. Like, why are they using this particular turn of phrase? Okay, they're using this particular turn of phrase because of this weird interaction they had, you know, prior in the story. This is foreshadowing this other thing that's going to happen. So contrast, this character is making this thing, they're doing this thing, regardless of why you choose to do it, regardless whether you know that a thing happened off screen or not, when you make them say that weird thing in that specific way, it's better for you to know why they're saying it that specific way. If it turns out they're saying it that specific way because that's just the way that they're saying it, that's also fine, by the way. There doesn't need to be deeper significance to every minor interaction that someone has. But if you're foreshadowing something, you should always know what you're foreshadowing. If there's a mystery, as the author, you should know the solution that you intend for the mystery. Because how are you supposed to create a satisfying mystery if you don't know the answer? Because you're supposed to be giving evidence throughout the thing that leads to a conclusion of this is the solution. If you don't know what the solution is, then you're not building evidence toward a conclusion, you're just throwing shit at the wall, and then at the end you're going, it was the butler. But the butler was over here during that scene. This is the butler. Right? Like, you should know what you're doing, because you want your explanation, the explanation that you give, the canon explanation, to be the best explanation, optimally. You want your interpretation to be the correct one that people will lean toward. If you don't create a piece of work where the audience leans toward your explanation of events, to be clear also, you can make something ambiguous deliberately, where there is ambiguity and you are deliberately creating that ambiguity. You can do that. It's harder to make work from my perspective, and it tends to fall into some kind of just boring tropes from my perspective to a large degree. I prefer for a world to have a coherent state that the author was intending to convey, and to be able to parse that thing. But that's mostly an artistic choice. You can make something ambiguous deliberately, as long as it's deliberate. If you're intending to make something with an answer, and you don't know the answer in advance, and so you're ambiguous now, but then later you try to settle on a thing, you can't do that. You have to pick. You have to pick. Are you being ambiguous? Do you know what's happening, or do you not know what's happening? And sometimes you might not know the answer to something, at which point, you might change your mind later. This is why we invented editing. It's so that you can change the thing before you release it to the public. But you should have the answers before you start releasing things to the public, certainly. So you want your answer to be the best one. But just because you want your answer to be the best one, doesn't mean that it's going to be the answer that everyone settles on. And some people are going to settle on answers that are very poorly substantiated by the actual media. But sometimes if you do a bad job, you'll make a piece of media that says one thing when you intended for it to say another. Right? You intended for the media to do one thing, and something else happens instead. The audience fully interprets something in a different way, and they are valid to do so. Because you don't own the narrative in that sense. You don't own what is correct. Because you're making a thing, and just like a plumber can make, like, a network of pipes, which most plumbers would not be necessarily constructing, but that's beside the point. But if a person who is building a thing and they do a bad job and it's leaky and it doesn't work quite well properly, or the outlet goes to a place that it's not supposed to and someone uses it differently because the thing that was built wasn't built to accomplish the task the original builder intended it to, the builder can't go along and go, no, you did that, you're doing that wrong. Because you built something different than you thought you did. Oh no, don't call the bees. Takamon, what are you doing out here? A huge number of Fanbimon have not been men of experience. It's nothing but arrogance. How is killing for science any different from what I'm doing? They're not just doing it to satisfy their curiosity. No, I don't think it is necessarily the same. It certainly can be. Where is the option for... That's also wrong. Where is that option? That's a mainstream position. It's a mainstream position to say animal cruelty is wrong and scientists shouldn't be engaging in animal cruelty. That's a very common thing. Like, it's a complicated moral issue, but it's a valid stance to take, right? Like, I have complicated feelings on the subject where there's some things that I think are probably worthwhile to be doing, and other things where it's like, man, we probably don't need to be torturing these animals. Right? Like, but where's that option? Where's the option to go, hey, actually, you know what? I agree. You want to lure the scientist in here and give him a great scare and make him stop doing that? Come on, let's do that. What? You're attacking the wrong people. But I guess we're just gonna go with it's not the same. Such a scrub, Broccoli. Such a scrub.
さあ行こう
Just showing so much disrespect for this poor protagonist, who fully and completely deserves it. What are you? Let's do Welcome Home. Oh, you have very high physical defense. For some reason. You have Burst Flame 2. I guess Burst Flame 2. Oh, combo! Let's go! Alright, well. We're gonna bring Pandemon in. Or Pandemon. Pandomon, not Pandemon. What am I thinking? Named after the tree. Alright, and then we just blast it. Call it a day. Gotta get that EXP boost. Gotta get that bonus EXP. It's too late for some of us. What Dino Beamon has said is true. Even though it's gone now, the humans will kill us off sooner or later if we stay here. I'm going now. Bye. I'll report back to the client. Wait, am I the baddie? Looks like I'll have to collect some more Beamon. I've never deleted them. Sometimes for experiments. What's wrong with that? They're not living things, they're just data. You can delete whatever you want with them. If they were animals, they're not human. It's not a big deal. But losing all my fan Beamon like this is a disaster for me. It's starting to make my work into disarray. I wonder if I'll get the funding to start up again. I'll need to be very apologetic to the team. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's kind of weird that the first time a person has been confronted with their immoral behavior and just said, no, fuck off, it's fine, is with the scientist guy. Like, we're constantly having, like, slavers and people go, oh, I guess I'll treat Digimon better that I'm enslaving. And, like everyone... Like, everybody repents, except for this guy. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Okay, we got our hacker points.
Dr. Mr. Navit of the Dead.
Crazed Security, Brainy Patch, and Nimble Patch. Take a look at this. Blah, blah, blah. Oh no! Okay. Alright, so we're gonna beat up a security wall, I assume? No breaks this time. Unusual thing to say. I don't know what he means by that. Excuse me.
行こう
Alright. Security walls, I believe, are all immune to, like, all status effects. Does nothing. I should probably just drop them from the party. Yes, I'm just gonna... Okay. You know, maybe this was actually the correct choice. You don't even get your turn again, unless I fail to crit. Oh no! Boom! Nailed it. Okay. Getting that bonus EXP. Okay. So that is not the only thing causing a problem. There's another security wall.
開始だ
Oh, interesting. We're doing way less damage against this one. And this one's gonna take longer to take out. Let's bring Beta Caramon back in. Beta Caramon is good for sustain, and we're gonna need the sustain potentially. Cinnamon is going to pop a core, I think. So we're gaining about half of our used stuff here. Luckily we're fast enough that we can actually get our heal out before it gets to do its follow-up attack. Wait, are you not gonna do the actual attack? Huh. It didn't do the actual attack. I guess I just used the heal. But I wonder if they nerfed these at some point. Like, they were originally intended to be, like, harder. That's not surprising, considering that I had no idea what I was doing. Okay. Another security wall here. Wonder how many of these I'm gonna have to beat up. I forgot to swap in Pandemon.
さあ行こ
I'm gonna just use a weak attack. I guess I should probably just use a normal attack. If I want Cinnamon to get some mana back. But I guess it doesn't make a ton of sense to even try for that. Why would I need to get mana back? We're gonna level up eventually, right? These are admittedly fairly long fights. Jesus Christ, wait, what? Oh. Huh. Go ahead and do that. That's terrifying. I think I'm... Let's bring Palmon. Palmon will also boost Doraemon's damage. Yeah, I was not giving enough respect to this thing, clearly. I thought it did percent damage, so I just didn't feel like I needed to do anything about it. %. It has been boosting its attack power, so there is actually the possibility that it kills me. Like, I could actually get wiped here. How much damage do you do? Oh my god, I might wipe. Holy shit. I'm probably gonna wipe, actually. It could be doing percent damage that's based off of its, that's like affected by its attack boost, in theory. I don't really have anything in particular. Support skills isn't what that is, I don't think. Where are we at? We're at 80% and 100%. So it just skipped by. This is going to insta-give everybody. It didn't kill Mangamon! Let's go! Mangamon, I believe in you! I don't actually. I don't. We're actually going to wipe here. We're going to die again. There's no shot that we actually live this. I didn't think that the walls had the ability to do that. So it didn't occur to me that I needed to worry about it, because I haven't fought a wall that was dangerous, I think, like, ever. Weirdly enough. Alright, so swap Cinnamon with Palmon. And you know what? I'm actually going to... I'm going to give this wall proper respect, I think. We're going to activate Accelerate. And we're going to go to the Digilab. We are going to change up our party. I think... Pandemon... I'll keep Pandemon around. Doraemon needs to stay around. Cinnamon is actually fairly solid, but unfortunately not for what we're doing right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring along Takomon, who is fairly strong, but more importantly has the ability to boost everyone else's DPS. We're going to bring Palmon, who boosts everybody's DPS. And we're going to bring Doraemon, who is DPS. So... we're just going to make this happen. I don't think we'll wipe here. So the way that I'm anticipating this is going to go is that we kill it before we get to the second initiation. That's my hope here. I think that it might not work out how I want it to,
開始だ
because I don't know if I'm fast enough to actually accomplish my objective here, but we'll see. I unfortunately don't have like a really strong offensive skill to work with Takomon. It'd be nice to have a defense penetrating attack. The fact that I don't have a defense penetrating attack is unfortunate. I feel like Atomic Blaster is the way to go. We just missed, which could kill us. It's not likely to kill us. And our damage should accelerate at least a little bit. Wait, the fuck? That escalated quickly. So I guess we're actually just boned? If... I'm gonna try support end. I don't think it'll do anything. I'm gonna heal Takamon. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose again. Because it's no longer got the defense reduction. Got it below half at least, but below half is not what we're looking for here. Should I have guarded? I probably should have guarded there. Yep, we need the guard. Okay. I am nothing if not a sneaky bastard. You don't need to have a full lineup on the front line. You don't need to. Okay, so we are probably going to be okay. As long as I have somebody who can do the swap again, I think we'll be fine. I suspect we're probably going to have to go through one more of those AoEs. Ooh, we got the triple, though. It's not a huge amount of damage, but it's not bad. I should probably be attack charging Takamon. Just to see how much extra damage I can get out of it. Probably not enough to justify it. I'm assuming that I lose those charges when I swap out. Let's go with this, especially because it does have a pretty decent chance to crit, which does an okay amount of damage. We're at 60%, we're at 80%, we're changing out the party. Mingomon is going to be alone on the front line. Sorry, Mangomon. Your sacrifice will not be in vain. It automatically brings out the entire party, and the attack buff is still up. Oh man, there's all sorts of shady bullshit I could pull with this. Oh man. The fact that my party doesn't lose their stat buffs? Interesting. There we go. Nailed it. So little experience. That's like nothing. Absolutely no EXP. You're very good. I don't think I could do that. Okay. Wait, where'd my acceleration go? Did I lose the acceleration when I fight those groups or something? I don't know where the other walls are gonna be. Oh shit. It's gonna be interesting. Like, the next wall might, like, really mess me up. Like, depending on the type of wall, this could go very badly for me. Let's go back to the entrance. This is also a pretty good farming party, now that I think about it. They all have AoEs. I will be right back, actually. I need to go AFK for just a second, and then we will continue on with this. We back. Alright. Who's messaging us? Alright, we found another case. Let's, I guess, go to the Digilab quick. Just to set that back up. Alright. We'll leave the Digifarm, pop out here, and see what's up. No. I'm not sure what we're gonna have to do. To handle this upcoming boss. I have a suspicion it's gonna be a little beefy. Because these security walls are just kind of brute force, right? So we'll just see. It'll also depend on what type of wall it is, I guess.
さあ行こう
I'm guessing that the different colors of wall have different types of attacks. That's all I can assume. I'm gonna have to look up the slang on what eating means in this context. I don't actually. I thought that I was basically familiar with most of the context for the usage of eating, but eating... Looking back... Chat, the very top message that I have visible is the one about eating. And so I'm like looking at it, I'm like... I don't actually know what that means in this context. Oh, nice! We have an actual, like... opponent. Imagine. Hi. So you're the one who hacked this area. Intruder! No one shall get through here as long as I stand guard. Why would I listen to an intruder? I am the gatekeeper. I prevent all unauthorized access. All suspicious persons must be eradicated.
開始だ
It's like, wait. Are you telling me that not all people who come into this space are intruders? That some people are supposed to have access? Whoops. Let's see. I guess we'll do... lecture. Beta Caramon doesn't need to be in. We can put Durimon in. And I think that's the first step. You are strong against this. And I'm still going to use an attack boost on Durimon. Because Durimon has an electric attack that's terrifying, so let's make that happen. Okay, you're healing yourself. Don't love that for me. Let's see how much damage this does. About the same amount that you healed for. Oop, bug. That makes it so that you're a different type. So you're now like the opposite type. Okay, that went about how we could have expected it to go. Let's bring Beta Caramon back in, because Beta Caramon is weak against this thing. If it does its bug attack, it could hypothetically make Beta Caramon strong against it instead of weak. Didn't in that attack. Yeah, I need an AoE heal. If only I had someone who could do that. If only there was some Digimon in my party who had the ability to... Okay. We are getting there slowly but surely. Well, surely is probably an overstatement. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna miss instead of doing anything useful, but that was a great use of the turn. I'm very happy that I decided to do that. We need to heal Pandahorn now. Assuming we get the opportunity to, which we don't. I am gonna Venom Trap again. God damn it. That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. The AoE comes out and insta-gives. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, such a waste. Oh, such a waste. Oh man, we were so boned. Man, that clutch bug was top tier. Well played. Well played.
頼む勝ってくれ
Yeah, the bosses are definitely getting harder. Definitely getting harder as we progress. So we're gonna need to... It resisted rather than blocked the thinger, but I think that doesn't matter. I think we want this party, and if we start with this party... Actually, you know what we should probably do? We're gonna go to the Digilab. Hate to do it, but I think we're gonna have to move our party around a bit. I don't really hate to do it. Okay, so Cinnamon is a very solid pickup for this battle, I think. Potentially. Because Cinnamon has real fast speed. So we could potentially be healing basically every turn if we want. We could also bring Oystermon. Oystermon has Nanomachine Break 3 as well. More importantly, they have Dimension Scissor. I think I'm gonna bring you along. Oh shit, you are durable, you should be the leader. You gonna we'll replace Beta Caramon with Oystermon for right now. With the goal being to just send out a trio of the type that's actually strong against them right from the start, and then we will swap in if somebody gets bugged. Okay, so triple damage. I love to see it. Okay, I'm actually going to use attack charge on Doraemon. Doraemon has Atomic Blaster, and it does quite a decent bit of damage. Let's do a Dimension Scissor. That does 800 damage, so we're actually gonna... Whoops. It remembered who I had targeted. Do I swap Doraemon out? I do. We're swapping Doraemon for Takumon. So with this swap in, we can hit even harder with the Dimension Scissor. Okay. Well, we're out of Dimension Scissors, but I don't think it'll matter now. Ooh. Okay. So you are just out of resources, but it doesn't matter.
みんなのおかげだよ
Holy shit. Yeah, I do think that the, You're so strong! The police saying you lied. Why'd you have to this area? Security wall isn't working properly. You've come here to fix it. That's impossible. It's working perfectly. Not a single idea or program has been allowed through. It did make me feel uncomfortable. You don't think my supersonic special... Nice. Sorry. Yay! Yeah, I would hope that they were watching what was going on when they invited a hacker into their server. New cases added. 100 ones. Lost item. We'll just do this, get this done. I didn't actually read where they were. That's fine though. Not an important piece of information necessarily. Okay, Oystermon is... Okay, so we definitely want to get to 35. That's a definite. We could go further than that, but I don't know that we necessarily want to. That being said, that is a really strong attack that they've got there. Maybe it's good to hold on to that. Let's see. Oh right, I didn't actually check. Kowloon one. Okay. The other thing we need to do, we need to go to... Once we finish this mission, we're actually going to go to... Actually, let's do it now. We're just going to check under Kowloon 3. There's still a hacker there, so we don't need to do anything here. Okay, Kowloon 1. Let's see. Let's see. I'm bearing my soul to you, hacker. I'm bearing my very soul. Okay, so we're gonna pop over. Investigate complete. Nice. Only one extra case. I saw the number 2 and I was very excited, and then it turned out I didn't need to be excited. That's fine though. The lowest level area in the game. I feel a little bad. Boop-a-doop-boop-boop. If still there, I should probably hide behind Mameton. Who's Mameton? Is that weirdly giving me a spoiler? Does Wormmon turn into Mameton? It would be very funny if that was what is going to happen.
なんとかなった
Because I don't know what a Mameton is. And is Erica... Oh shit, I don't see the item.
さあ行こ
I probably missed it along the way, but I don't know how I did.
うなんとかなった
I
ね
have to walk all the way back through the thing. Okay. There it was. Yeah, I just wasn't paying close enough attention to my right. Alright. Easy peasy. Get another little bit of hacker EXP. And what is my hacker level right now? I'm currently a professional hacker. I've saved 20 Digimon, solved 88 cases. Digital Lab. Yeah, let's go to the Digital Lab. I want to see what my goal is in terms of my setup right now. Need a lot of HP that we don't have as well, actually. So we need more defense, more speed. We should be done on speed. And we can't de-evolve, actually, now that I think about it. De-evolving out of this form means that we can't go back up to it unless we find this through a different form. So... Perfumon's here. So, Oystermon can't evolve further. Pendulum... Shitakemon, Bootlemon. So Shitakemon, I could go back down to Entailamon if I wanted, but I think that we probably just want to go down through Shakomon again. Shakomon has the light attack as well, and has the Justice Genome for that 15% damage boost from light magic. That's a really solid thing for if I decide to do some farming at some point. Do I just want to keep progressing? I guess I'll just keep progressing. I don't need to stop and smell the roses right now. I don't need to power myself up more, really. So, how is our primary party right now? We need a maximal DPS party in front, which this is pretty close to. And because of the fact that Pandemon does give me bonus XP, I don't know if it works for the domination battles, but we're gonna guess that it does. And we're going to do this. Everyone's mocking Zaxxon. What'll happen when... Vaccine type, dark attribute, blah blah blah. Okay, we'll bring you, who still hasn't been capped out. Oh, it's this type. Whoops. Oh, jeez. Confuse? Oh, that's... Wait, can I... This might be how I'm supposed to do this. Nope. So, my party's just gonna be permanently confused? Okay, I have a guess. It does wear off eventually. Okay, so you start off the battle confused. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I think that because of the fact that I'm going to start out the battle confused, I'm actually going to clear out all of the... I think I'm going to have to clear out all of the enemies before I hit any of the buttons. Because this will mean that I can basically just keep my guest hanging out with me. Yipe! Oh, Takumon gets a turn. My soul is undying! You know, it occurs to me. If I wanted to... Oh wow, you're... Hey, you're not right. We would need not very much EXP to make that happen, but we're not getting very much EXP here anyway, so we're just gonna put Doraemon back in the party. Doraemon is pretty durable, so... Like, when they're hitting themselves, they won't be doing nearly as much damage. Relative to their HP, as they are when they're hitting the enemies. Like, they're just gonna mess the enemies up. Okay, so Patamon is leveled up, which means that we... I think I'm going to... put them back in. think this is gonna go fine. I also take less damage,
行こう
so that's cool. Yeah, we basically need to clear all of the symbol things. That's the boss. So we need to go over here. You're no match for us, for we are invincible and immortal. Oh god, Pantomime! Oh my goodness. My party sure knows how to beat the ever-loving crap out of the nuns. Jeez. Oh shit, X-Heal! Oh, tidal wave comes out. Taco Ball! Nailed it. Okay. We did not kill ourselves. I'll just keep reviving again and again and again. Is that because you're actually Jason? I'm not sure I understand the lore, but... I sure love a nice bloodbath. My little axe and me are gonna pay you a visit. Oh, you're new. Haven't seen you before. Oh, Pandemon
が足りなかったわね
having a difficult time. You did the same. No, I was thinking she might have had a similar vibe to the
俺たちも当然だね
dog thing. But she had like, I thought her wings might have been the same thing as the things that hooded the dog. Okay, so now we should have all of these done. So I'm gonna take control of the emblem. Leave the emblems to me. So now we just walk through all the emblems and grab them all. It's funny because I feel like these things have like more complicated mechanics than they need to have for what they actually do. Like the apparent complexity of the mechanics versus like what the solution is
みんなのおかげ
are
だよ
very different things. Like there doesn't seem to be like an advantage to taking control of some of the metals, but not all of them. And you can't take control of all of the metals without putting your ally on them. Because there's no actual like defensive point. Like there's just like, so I guess this was probably originally part of like a larger like style of battle that just never got fully implemented, I guess. Alright. Most of this area is under Hoodie's control. The emblems will give an advantage against the enemy leader. The masked mage at Embrace Eden's dark side will give you a scare you won't soon forget. Reader beware, you're in for a scare. Unfortunately, we didn't crit. If we'd crit there, we would have been able to either end it on that attack or on this one. It's a pretty decent attack. Okay. The actual boss is dead, the other two are much weaker. So... they might start doing crazy shit once they actually get their turn. But... okay, you know. I'm gonna bring in Cinnamon. Just to not heal, apparently. But Cinnamon also doesn't have very high attack power, so Cinnamon is not a bad choice to come in and start beating me up. It's very funny the critical hits that just don't do very much damage. I should have swapped in the Pandemon. Is this defeat? Oh, that's just pain in my heart, so I never forget it. I don't think you get how happy I am when you ask me along, do you? Maybe I'll take the Digimon on the farm to see it. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Okay, so we finished that. Teach firepower as a lesson. Let's swap the team around. The issue with doing that one is that we don't have enough resources on our characters that... You know what? I think we'll do this team, which hopefully will be able to survive a single fight. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I might actually wipe here. If I wipe here, it's going to be really funny to me. So we're going to try it. We're going to Kowloon 5. We're going to basically try to do a single fight with this party. Just to get our resources back. Oh shit, I don't even have Mon on you. Ooh. So... oh god, you're weak against... oh no! Hadouken! Okay, we got that one down. Alright, bring in Mangomon and Cinnamon. It also occurs to me that a core component of this was not just surviving the fight, but getting experience from the fight. You are neutral. You do have Saint Knuckle, though. Oh, you're a... okay. We got it.
みんなのおか
Who
げだよ
levels up? Okay, Oystermon levels up. And so does Mangomon, which is good. We're gonna have to do one more fight. We'll actually do it with this setup.
開始だ
I'm gonna use Dimension Scissor. Okay, we need one more to actually level them up. And I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get up to level 60 on Takomon.
開始だ
Okay, this should be fairly easy to take out. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna see if it works. Pandemon! We're fine. Everything's fine. Taco! Kill!
なんとかなったね
Okay. Let's get that little tiny EXP boost. Okay. So, with that done, we can hop out of here. Let's take a look and see what we need still to be able to Digivolve. So, Takomon needs like 100 max HP. We need 7 more defense. And there's just no way to get any more ability without going up first. So it's basically just gonna have to come from, well, I say that. I have a suspicion that we could devour Digimon with this. Like, I feel like this is a thing that I could do, and maybe that's, like, intended. Just Pandemon. Pando into Pandemon would be very funny. But, oh wait, actually, you need ABI of 50. You can't go anywhere right now. Yeah, where you have to go straight into oh wait, do I want to take you to Lady Devimon first? What's your requirement? 95? 95 is pretty high. Let's do it. We need to get their ABI up. Okay, so we are, however, just going to immediately drop them back down to Sister Monsieur. Alright, so unfortunately the slightly increased EXP from battles doesn't seem to mean very much. But it's all good. Next on our agenda is we're doing a battle. If I wanted to, I could reduce some of Takomon's stats. Like, I could reduce their SP using, well, maybe I could. I don't actually know that. Oh wait, I didn't use my memory up. I'm a dope. Okay. Let's see. I have the Digiegg of Courage now. I haven't used that yet, I don't think. I do have 1 SP restraint chip, so I could use that to get myself a little bit of an extra boost to the other stats. But it's not going to get, I don't think it's going to get me to where I need to be. So What do I want to do here? I guess it doesn't matter that much. We can just pop into the battle. I am confused about how long it's taking for us to get you up. I feel like you has taken a very long time to get this last rank, and I'm a little bit concerned that they can't yet. I'm a little concerned about that because I felt like Erica took way less time. But we're gonna keep trying. You didn't think I'd refuse, did ya? No shot, pal. Faye. Some of the fools spring up. Well, let's mop them up then. Team firepower. This should go fine. This should go fine. The temptation to just dick around and grind in this is very strong. I'm very strongly incentivized to putter around. Alright, let's attack you. I don't think we're gonna kill you on the first thing. We don't have anybody with water attacks because we didn't bring... I don't think I need Dimension Scissor for you. This run does not have any SP to play with, so... Broken! I don't think we're gonna take them out on this attack, but we might. My guess is no. We are actually weak against them. Weirdly, I think I know what I want to do here. Oh, we might not need to. Oh my god, we got a triple? Never mind. We got a triple and the crit. So we don't need to. I was gonna say I would use the defense ignoring attack for them, but we don't even need to. And they're not even defending their flank, so... Okay. Dimension Scissor... Oh, that wasn't a one-shot. I was expecting it to be. Alright. Shouldn't matter very much. We just need 35 points, which means that on the protagonist's next turn, we walk into the now empty location that the boss just vacated. Man, how about that for a nice ability? Oh. 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 I just realized what that was. It's Ho'omon. Is Ho'o an actual, like, mythological bird? Okay. You always wear the same clothes. Look, calm down. Calm down. I have one shirt. That's more shirts than anybody needs. You should feel lucky that I'm wearing a shirt at all, friend. We're gonna save the game. And yeah, we'll just progress the plot a bit. We'll progress the plot. I wonder if you can get consumables that increase your API. That'd be kind of crazy. Feng Huang. Let's see. Look into Mr. Naveed. Now is that Nakano? We get another data boost. Must be the nickname of the vice president of the research club. I'll go investigate.
I'm watching you.
I won't give in to such threats. It's time to man up. To Nagano Broadway, that shrine to consumerism. Today's the finale of that TV show they love so much. You're abandoning our investigation for a TV show? I mean, what's more important, the occult or some TV show? A TV show, but only this time. What? Come on, it's the finale. It's the one with he finally recovers his lost powers into his battle with all the spirits. How do you know? I'm so confused. How do you know the plot before it is released? I guess she's just assuming what's gonna happen? I too must return to the spirit world. You still have much to do in the mortal realm. When you discover the secret, ultimate secret, and you choose to transform into a spirit, run. Make sure you look me up in the spirit world. I'll be waiting. What do we do now, Lily? Well, where'd she go? She was just here. Let me guess. She also vanished into the spirit world like the other two? Ah! You're the only one I can count on. Split up in a search of Broadway from top to bottom. Okay, Broccoli, I'll see you there. Let's see how creepy this one is. Gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense. I was like, those names are not terribly similar. That's hilarious. Phoenix Mon. You know, sure, why not? I don't think so. It had arms and legs. It was slinging around. Took the escalator up, but what if it's still upstairs? Forget about it. Let's go look for the clothes. Must have been talking about Mr. Minovi. Sounds like he went the escalator up. Let's check it out. Oh! Wait, is that a tiny Mr. Naveed? Oh. What was that thing? It was Mr. Naveed, wasn't it? Maybe, but why would it be here? For the product promotion? Probably. He was so friendly, but didn't say a word. He was really drawn to you. It's hilarious. He was so determined to shake your hand and wouldn't stop touching your body. And didn't he... Sorry, I saw the word blow and I got a little confused. In your ear before you left? Yeah, I took a photo. I'll post it on digital. He just wouldn't stop talking to you, and then he started blowing you, man. Holy shit, he's real friendly. I'll take another look around. How are you so inobservant? We are maximal. We're maximizing our negative modifier to all perception checks. Oh, HP spray, SP spray. So boring. I want cooler stuff from you. Hey, what's that? Why is everyone looking at me? Have I got something on my face? This is amazing! Hey, what happened? Oh! Thanks for the raid, Makutanuki. How's it going? Good timing. I'm just not being stalked by some little robot thing. Heard people talking. It sounds like he's still in there somewhere. We should meet up and review our strategy. Come to the first floor entrance. Absolutely. Definitely not getting stalked by this thing. Broccoli. What the? Behind you. Walk! Hey, wait! He left Broadway. We have to chase him before he hurts anyone. How long was he behind me? This entire game, that's how long he's been behind you. Where am I? I'm so focused on chasing Mr. Naveed, I'm not sure I ended up here. Ah! Exclamation points. Oh shit! Did you get decapitated? It's still warm. Must have only ditched it. What's that smell? It's sickly sweet and a little spicy. Is it woman's perfume? Mr. Navidus. Might have been a woman in a costume. Shocking! Shocking. It's a person wearing a I can't believe it. It's like electronic law. Is it the detective just fucking around? Because that would be pretty funny. Later, Ravenpuff. Look, my eyes work fine. I can read from a distance. I'll hack it. I can't hack it. I am an Eden hacker. Someone's coming. Who's there? What are you doing? Security guards? This is bad. This is bad. We have to get out of here. No. Hey, you okay? Don't people say this place is haunted? Like groans coming out the other side of the door, weird sounds. What are you saying? This kid is possessed? We're working. It's no time for joking around. Arrgh! Yeah. What happened to the security guards? Talk about it later. Hey, you're right. Let's get out of here. Why are the security guards running away while a kid is having like a health crisis? There's like a teenager having a health crisis in an area they're not supposed to be in. And you're just leaving? It's like having a heart attack or something. What a disappointing end. What was Mr. Naveed? The truth must lie on the other side of that door. I'm not sure I care anymore, although... If you dig any deeper, you're dead meat. Nothing about Mr. Naveed makes any sense. The performances, the standing completely still, the sinister threat, how it groped that guy. But I guess it's too late now. Get the feeling Mr. Naveed will never be seen again. Perhaps I witnessed the inception of a new urban legend. Or it could be more accurate to say I played a part in its inception. Which reminds me, I haven't received payment for the case. Though I didn't actually solve it, so this has been a big waste of time. But at least it's over now. Yep, it's all over. It's all over. Couple of days later. Where are you? Mr. Navitz appeared. Ikebukuro, get over there. Get on over there, my guy. We can do it. I believe in it. What are you doing hanging out here? Are you usually here? I don't think you're usually here. Can't ask about Ryuji, right? Sorry, give me a minute. They'll definitely... It's been a while, actually. You should be more timely, I think. Nope. Okay. So... we're looking for Date. And she was probably clearly visible on my screen just now. Debatable whether it's clearly visible, but yeah, she was visible, I think. Is that Date? Yeah. Look over there. Huh? I loved your air guitar last time. What are you talking about? Can't you see I'm trying to work? Leave me alone. Hello, what are you? Hello there. I'm Mr. Navitz. I usually live in Eden, but today I've come to the real world to meet you. This world has so many amazing things that you don't get in Eden. Come and see me in Eden sometime. Ouch. And who exactly are you? Like I already said, I work for Kamishiro, the company that runs Eden. Several of us employees take turns promoting Eden all over the city. Boss ordered us to wear these Mr. Navitz costumes. When we tested it out, the kids loved coming up to us and chasing us around. So we decided to use it as a way to make Eden appeal to children. Just as I thought. What are you looking at me like that for? It was you all along. You ran away when we called after you in Shinjuku. Why'd you do that? I did it. You mean during the testing phase? The boss hired an outsider for the test. I heard it was all conducted in secret. I can word. Even we didn't know anything about it, I swear. An outsider. But I'm sure the boss has a good reason for conducting the tests in secret. He says some crazy things. Not only that, he's very elusive and walks around harassing people. But he's very competent and an excellent decision maker. He's just the person to carry Kamishiro into the future. Today's PR activity is another classic example of our boss's unique style. Nobody had the idea of promoting Eden to children before. He's always thinking 10 moves ahead. Yeah, I love the idea that it's thinking 10 moves ahead to think about promoting your product to children. No one's ever thought of this advanced advertising technique. Mr. Navitz's true identity turned out to be a disappointment, but at least the case is solved now, I'm off. I should report this to Matayoshi. No kidding. May's furious and let the Mr. Navitz go away. She said she'll kick me out of the club if I don't catch him. Can't see the others because they're all talking about the adventures in their level. I haven't watched it yet. To wait until the stream. Why is it always me who drives the short straw? Come join me. If you do, I'll pay for the last case. Great. I'll be waiting. Dun dun dun. Is the rest of the body just going to grow out of it? So sad. Okay, we finished another investigate command. Very handy. We can delay doing the plot some more. I mean, potentially we might not be able to delay it actually, because when we go into the thing, let's go here. We'll just activate the next one now, just in case it auto starts the plot. Ooh, we actually had 2 on standby. Whoopsies. Whoopsie doopsie. Who's the leader right now? Big Caramel. Seems appropriate. Okay. Save it up. And then we can pop over to whatever the next boss is. Yes. Go here. Check the thing again. Got a memory up. Zaxxon's calling an emergency meeting at the Zaxxon Forum. Guess I gotta go. We gotta get in there.
Zaxxon のクーロン、君たちは自由か。何者にも侵されず、何者にも干渉されず、何者にも監視されない。エデンの前身であり、我々ハッカーの発祥の地でもある聖地、アンダーゼロ。そこはこの電脳世界の創造主が理想とした空間であり、今よりもはるかに自由で解放された場所であった。しかしそのアンダーゼロはエデン発足と同時に接収されて情報制御を司る無人のサーバーとなり、今では世界最高レベルのセキュリティが施された単なる要害となってしまった。アンダーゼロは我々の理想郷はエデン最古のサーバーバルハラサーバーの中に我々ハッカーの手で我々の理想郷を取り戻すんだ。エデンに新たな秩序をもたらすために、この監視と干渉に満ちた欺瞞だらけの自由を打破するために。
I love how they're launching what is literally like a hacker crusade for the Holy Land. Oh my god, they literally call it Holy Land. Oh, that's funny. Imagine turning being a hacker into a religion.
いきなり何言い出すんだ。アンダーゼロだって。
この祭りはクーロンの歴史。
ヘイ、ザクソンは何考えてんだよ。お前ら内部分裂でごたついてたばかりのくせに。
だからこそ今ザクソのこれが成功すればピーピー。
それならなおさらあそこはやめろ。このセキュリティはハッカーが
そらアンさんがロードルの
Old hackers like you.
そういう問題じゃねえんだって。あそこのセキュリティは
おじけづいたなら参加しなけりゃええだけの話です。
言ってくれるよな。
No, you've gone
一
too
つだけ教
far.
えろよ。本当に攻略だけが目的なん
I
だ。
also like how it's like, you old timers, you're like 23 years old, you don't know shit anymore.
いや、悪い。ちょっと先に見せ。
なんやどないするつもりや。周りを見てみ。
ユーゴの演説、俺鳥肌立っちまった。
すっげえな。ハッカー総出であのアンダーゼロを落とすなんて。
ここで実力を示せば一気に名も上げられるしな。
Very inspiring if you're like 14 years
ク
old.
ーロンや他のチームも
It sounds totally batshit to anybody else, I imagine,
ア
but
ンさんが一人前のハッカーならアンダユーゴハの言葉はアンさん
Okay, we got multiple texts. I did a Pollock, but let it. Next time you do a Pollock over really is something really interesting. Let's see. Watch out when you start drinking. Date gets crazy drunk. Thanks for the warning. I will. The 16-year-old, will try not to go get drunk with your coworker in the. These cops are crazy. I guess I should thank you for helping me. I guess. I don't. There's no way I can beat Zaxxon alone. Maybe I should find other people to join. Heard Jude didn't have the Digimon program when they hacked Under Zero. This is our chance to invade, but we better not lower our guard. I can't wait. Some freelance hackers have banded together, but our Zaxxon team is the most capable of invading Under Zero. If we can make a name for ourselves by invading Under Zero, we'll be 99.9999999% sure of going down in history as the next legends. Maybe we should ask the people who know what the hell is going on there. What's going on? Right? Like...
よ、この前置き去りにしてくれた罰だ。K カフェでなんかおごれよ。
Fair.
冗談だって。そんな落ち込まなくてもなんかあったのか。話
Okay, I'll come talk to you about this thing that definitely is definitely over your head because you're definitely not some legendary fucking hacker. Definitely not secretly the big bad evil guy and every other character.
言いにくいけどさ、リュウジってやつ、なんかそうじゃなきゃお前に話すはずだろ。言えないってことはつまり。
Yeah, that's fair.
もうハッカーチームなんてやめろよ。あいつらお前の弱みにつけ込んでお前をいいように使っているだけだって。結局お前のことも信用してなかったんだ。お前に打ち明けないのか。
I mean, that's fair. That's my... I will say, I have in the back of my head the fact that I'm pretty sure I've spent more time with you than literally anybody else by a large margin, and he's still not baxed. I have that tagged in the back of my head with, it's interesting that friendship hasn't maxed yet, despite having been at this stage for so long, which is very narratively appropriate for a character who maybe I need to max them out after they've revealed certain information to me about something, where like they're going to reference information that I don't have access to yet in that friendship thing. Like you're locked at a certain relationship level until the plot reaches a certain point. I'm not gonna lie, that is a thing that's in my mind, especially given how overpowered you is as a character with like such a crazy team.
いじめてるみたいだ。そうだ。ここは俺がなんか。
I'm sure that's you. You is the BBEG. You definitely hacked me. I will not hear otherwise. You is the one who hacked me. Wait, you were asking me something. I was busy like slandering you to the public. What did you say? I don't want the most expensive coffee. I don't want the most expensive coffee, but I also don't want to just be depressed. Do I go with more? We'll go with the expensive coffee just to not. No, don't do it.
俺と話したら元気が出てきた。それならよかったけど。あのさ、
Okay, this is fun.
お前に聞いてほしいことがあるんだ。実は俺、どうした？顔色変えて。 K からのメッセージ。おい、俺にも見せろよ。
Akira Hosaka, this will show you the truth.
保坂って次のターゲットか。これ個人がデータどうする？だろうと思った。今度は俺を置いていくなよな。志賀の時は何もできなかったけど、今度こそ俺なりに準備をしておいたんだ。
Interesting.
お前ほどじゃなくても立派にコンピューターカウボーイなんだ。俺だって。
I bet you are, you.
お前に貸しただろ。お前な、人がせっかく貸したのになあ、連れて行ってくれ。俺もお前の役に立ちたい。俺たち親友だろ。
We're friends, right, Broccoli? Best friends. I'm the only friend you're ever gonna need, right, Broccoli? I should have done camera only for that.
そ
No,
れじゃあ行こうぜ。
it's fine. What the hell was that noise?
何しに来た真田。
ユーゴの演説。
それがどうした？
どうしたじゃねえよ。アンダーゼロがヤバいのは俺たちが一番よく分かってる。力を貸してくれリュウジ。ダチが巻き込まれそうになってんだ。今他の仲間にも声をかけてる。柔道の元メンバーにさ。ハッカーたちを止めるんだ。手を貸してくれ。
お前に呼ばれて集まったのか？
ああ、少ないけど何人かは来てくれることになった。頼む。ここでお前と千歳に来てもらえれば100人力だ。俺のたちちょっとつうかかなりバカなんだけど、巻き込まれんのを黙って見てるわけにはいかねえんだよ。
Oh shit, they
お前に戻って
flirting
きてくれと
now.
頼んだ時、お前はどうした？やりたきゃ一人でやれ。
Ryuji's activating the horny voice. Uh-oh.
許しちゃもらえねえってわけか。わかったよ。
Are we the baddies? No, we're not the baddies. Oh no! So, like, in a good way, I guess? Jeez. Man, talk about a... Wow. I'm gonna go with this. Man, Chica... Just keep being Chica. I'm really enjoying this. I'm glad that we didn't end up having to, like, anything in particular happen where with her and the whatchamacallit, the Rockstar guy. This is great. I'm enjoying this. The exact thing that I requested from this Chica character is what's happening, which is she's just kind of in the background, just hanging out, talking to us about random, like, normal people stuff, and I just really appreciate that we have, like, an exit ramp into normalcy that hasn't been contaminated by all this madness that's going on. I just appreciate that. Okay, so what do? We use the PC. New cases added. Correct black silver. Let's do it. I believe in you. We're gonna do it. We're bringing you along. We're gonna max out you. I'm gonna get proven wrong. I'm waiting to be proven wrong. We need that maxed out friendship thing to happen, so that I can go, oh, I guess there isn't a mechanical limit that is tied behind them, revealing their deep dark secret of being like secretly a digital cowboy and hating the word hacker because they think that it's not as cool as digital cowboy or whatever nonsense they got from that book. I'm telling you, I hate to tell you, but I think that these are both data type? That is so sad for you. Okay, so Atomic Blaster is probably not going to be lethal, but... Never mind, I stand corrected. Not even a crit. That's a really cool standing up from crit animation. Yeah, unfortunately, if we don't take them out on that first turn, it does slow us down a little bit. Okay, come on, you. I need you to get kept out here. Prove me... I mean, you're not going to prove me wrong, because... about being the BBEG. I'm sure... that you is the BBEG. I'm very confident in this theory. You looks exactly like every, Pokemon villain / Team Rocket character. Okay. So we wipe them. We take this with you. Tag. Yeah, that wizard is level 45? It's a level 45 wizard. It does look like as you progress through the plot, they do level up. I'm just gonna do all AoEs because I think it's fun. Holy shit! Gomen nasai. Delightful. $49, let's go. Says become a great sage. I feel like I should know. I feel like I should have this, but unfortunately, all I can think of thinking of great sages is I've been reading the sequel to Iron Widow, which involves a bunch of sages. What it drills does Brachydramon have on its body? 8! It's probably not 8. It's probably less than that. But I don't know. You know what? We're going big or we're going home. You have to be good with your folks every now and then. That's true. Every now and then you do need to be good to your folks. You periodically need to do something nice for them. Let's see. That seems reasonable. Ready to take on that advanced class instead of the basic wizard class. Alright, so we have no tasks immediately. So I guess we're just going to talk to... Actually, before we do, we're going to log into Eden. We are going to check... What's Hosaka's server? Oh, is that for the plot? I think that's for the plot. Okay, they're still there. And... do I want to bring... No. I think I do. We're gonna bring... Yeah, we also need to... We've added like plus 10 to our limit now, and we haven't really meaningfully adjusted since then, I don't think. So... First we need to go to items. And then we can... Yeah, we didn't move anybody over. So Bootlemon is... I'm not going to worry about Bootlemon for right now. I'm actually going, I think, to start bringing along... I think Bootlemon is a searcher, right? Oh, you're a builder. Bootlemon. Perfect. So Bootlemon's going to be the leader. And then we will swap in our most powerful characters for now. Like, Penicillamon, I think, is pretty strong. Even though they're currently kind of dicking around. Oystermon is very strong, like surprisingly so for a character that I haven't really put a lot of emphasis into yet. Cinnamon is actually not terrible. Let's swap these two. Oh, Penicillamon has learned. Nice. So Burst Flame 3. What does this do? This is 75 to all foes. I love it. I have a lot of tier 1 AoEs. This always hits. I should have at least some characters that have access to those auto hits. You know, I'm not gonna lie, this character actually has a fairly decent set of abilities right now. Like, way better than I thought. Let's actually set them up. Looks like they're actually set up fairly well right now. So they have their AoE. They don't need all those other AoEs right now. You don't have an AoE at all. I should take at least an AoE. Let's take Awesome Quake 1, even though it's, like, garbage, because I should have at least something that can AoE with you. Everybody should have an AoE of some sort. You have Galestorm 1. Do you have anything better you could use? You know, I should probably... You know, rather than this, I might actually want to take Heavy Strike 3. Because Heavy Strike 3 is an auto hit, and I want to... I was fighting that one boss and realizing that I just didn't have anything to auto hit it, which was making my life way harder than it needed to be. So Beta Caramon can evolve. We need 145 int, which we don't have for this. We have 130 and 135 int. We're at level 52. So we can pop over to this form and see what it is. You got so tiny! Heals HP for all Digimon and removes all abnormal statuses. Interesting. Let's take a look at you. No, I'm not. I'm correct. You misread it. That's pretty nuts, yeah. AoE heal plus remove all status effects. Final Aura. So we get Hydro Water 3, which I think we already have. We get Ocean Wave 2, which we don't need. We want to have Ocean Wave 3. This Pixie Digimon resides in the net ocean and is very rarely seen. Although referred to as Angemon, it is actually very different from the other Angemon. The ring around its neck is holy. It's thought there is some connection to the holy Digimon such as Gatomon or Angemon, both of which also wear rings. The writing on the ring is not understood. Although this Digimon generally avoids fighting, it does have a special move called Ocean Love that makes its enemy lose the will to fight, resulting in victory. Makes the opponent lose the will to fight because they're so annoyed by the fact that you can just heal and heal and heal. So, do we want... Sorry, I got distracted. Do we want to get... I think I have Hydro Water 3. I don't think I have Ocean Wave 2 or 1. Give me a check. Give me a second to check that. So in theory, I wouldn't need... Oh, I actually have Ocean Wave 2 already. So if we have Ocean Wave 2 already, this is a potential for a final form, but not for Beta Caramon. Beta Caramon is not my healer. That's not Beta Caramon's vibe. Beta Caramon is not a support. I want them to be more of a special nuker, and more importantly, I really just want them to be a goddamn dragon. That's the most important thing. It's cool having them in Waymon temporarily. I like this as a temporary setup, but as a permanent setup, we're not. Permanent setup is hopefully going to be this. My hope, Metal Seadramon is cool looking, but I don't want the metal. I don't want the metal vibe. So I'm hoping that this one is like Elder Sea Serpent, infinite whiskers, all the mustache, all the whiskers, incredibly wizardly looking Sea Serpent. That's what I'm hoping for with this form. And we just need to get up to 145 int for it, which is going to be a bit of a struggle because we're not in a form that has a ton of that right now, but that's okay. That's okay. So what do we need? We need 50 SP defense and a shit ton of int. So we currently have... God, we have 75 base int. It's not very high. But yeah, I'm hoping that we can get to that. And let's see here. I think... What else do we need to do? Okay, so Takomon is still quite a ways away from being able to evolve. We might want to grind that out at some point. Oh, Mangomon can evolve. So let's do that. This is not my favorite form for someone to be in. And this is a round type, so let's see if this is a... Nope, you're not round. You just kind of looked like it on the thing, so... Mangamon, Will-O-Wisp Slash, 2 physical attacks, 70 fire damage for each slash. Really solid. And they have Backwater Camp, increases damage given by 20%, but also increases damage received by 20%. That's interesting. We can also, I guess, confirm with you whether that is... Okay, I was planning on waiting, but I'm going to go for AFK for a second. I'll be right back, and then we will continue Oh yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so this is a very cool looking critter. I really like it. So in terms of the humanoids, this is probably the humanoid that I'm going to hold on to, unless I get something else with Backwater Camp that is cooler. Mangomon might actually be this, but I think probably not, because it doesn't have a very mango vibe to it. So this might end up being what someone else becomes, and probably will be what someone else becomes rather than Mangomon. Mangomon is probably going to settle on something else, but we'll see. So that's Mangomon. Oystermon needs to get back. Oh god, Oystermon is so far away now. Okay, so Oystermon was going through all of this in order to get abilities. Oh god, how are we gonna get all the way back to... Okay. Jeez, I just remembered what Oystermon's whole deal is. So Oystermon needs to get way the hell back if they're gonna get back to where they were originally, which is this chain. So Hisiarumon is able to turn into Gaiomon. Interesting. Interesting. So Gaiomon can turn from any of these. And so you can go up. From up we can get 2 neutrals and a light elemental. It's not going to be any of these, because those are the same tier, I think. But what I'm curious about is if maybe some of those are going to share something. Like, this could be a shared thing, potentially. It's not likely. Was it a light element? Was it light vaccine? It's a light vaccine. Let's try it. We're gonna find out if this works. So we're gonna backtrack to whichever of these. I think it was Mega Kabuterimon. It is. So Mega Kabuterimon is coming right up. So we have other options for how to make this happen, but we're gonna start with this. Int penetrating strong electric attack. Interesting. So this is a magic attack on a character that doesn't have great. That looks vaguely draconic. So I feel like this might work. Their personality is durable, so they're going to struggle to get the stats necessary. 145 int is a lot of int, and they start with really garbage int. Like, they're going to take a long time if they're going to come through this route, unfortunately. I might need to go a different route if I want this to happen in a timely manner, but that's okay. We'll worry about that if Oystermon ends up being, like, having a difficult time accomplishing objectives. Penicillamon is... able to do a bunch of different stuff. This looks pretty cool. Into 145. We're level 40, so we're not getting to 145 int. This is pretty easy. 110 defense. Level 50 will probably have close to that. 150 speed. That might be a little tougher. 160 is not going to happen. So Duriamon. all good. Okay. So Beta Caramon is going to be going toward this again. We've now gotten another evolution under under our belt, so we have the ability increase. We've now got this unlocked. We can see more of the world as a result of this. I think that Cinnamon is going to eventually be evolving into this. There might be a better pick, a better, like, what is happening? I feel like my controller's going in and out. Okay. Cinnamon's probably going to be going into that because that seems like an appropriate thing for Cinnamon. Like this is a very appropriate target for Cinnamon. And that'll give us access to like basically like a complete heal for everybody. We'll need access to something like Dispel, which we probably you might even get Dispel actually. And other than that, I don't know that we need to worry about anything else too much right now. I think we're ready actually to end for today. Right, Shitakemon, do you need to learn something? Let's check Shitakemon's. Like, I could just try to plow through the game to get to, like... Yeah, you need X-Aura. X-Aura is fucking top tier, probably. Except it's not. It's not top tier. We know that it's not top tier. Because... Final Aura exists. That is something that's interesting. This Marina Angemon is going to give us the ability to learn Safety Guard, which I don't know what it does, but I think it probably prevents status effects or something like that. Final Aura, and Dispel. So at really high level, we're going to get some crazy shit out of this. The Final Aura, I think, might only be learnable by this. Given that we had another top tier, I don't remember what it was. We had some other top tier that had access to healing that was getting a weaker form of healing than that. It is my guess that that is going to be... And you're Mega and can still evolve further. So there is something beyond Mega. There is something beyond Mega, but not everything... So this is Cupidmon, not Kirpymon? Gotcha. Gaiomon. Dragon humanoid Digimon that belongs to the Greymon type and is highly capable of combat species with its strength increasing as battle victories. Discovered and discarded computer. Many aspects of its strength cannot be measured, but it has proven battle experience. Its swords, called Kikurin, have a unique shape that is formed over the course of battles and creates strange tracks of lights that slice through those that touch them to pieces. Special move Will-O-Wisp draws those tracks together. This gives us Meteor Fall 3, which is great. Guard Break Field is fine, but probably not a thing that we're going to need to worry about. Destruction is completely useless. Volcano Palm 3 is convenient to have, but not that important. I think we might want to get Duriamon over toward this. Duriamon it's a little spiky, but maybe not quite spiky enough. Who should we have become Gaiomon? I guess I'm not going to worry about it too much. For now, Mangomon is going to stay here. And we will worry about it later. Okay, I'm going to worry about actually reforming my party again tomorrow. But that's going to be it for today. So thank you everyone for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure to stream for you today. And I hope to see you again tomorrow when we will be doing more shenanigans and getting some more Mega Evolutions done and all that jazz. Later,